Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Bloodstained. Some Ritual of the Moon? No, Ritual of the... I don't know. Bloodstained, something of the something, of the Mysterious JG. And, done some more off-screening. I have to apologize, this was never the plan. Now I'm at level 49. I think I beat the game around level 85 on my first playthrough, so we're obviously just going over leveled. I've tried to make up for it a bit. I wasn't necessarily wearing the best possible gear, although now I guess silver breastplate doesn't... Anything that changed appearance, I was just going off screen with the normal stuff, but we maxed out our, well, not completely maxed out, but we got our firearm expertise up to being grade 9. It's not rank 9, which is why it didn't become a passive, so it's only effective if I have it on. But I found an alchemy recipes and ingredients and whatnot to where my, getting good ammo for it wasn't that expensive, so I ground up a bunch of ammo for it, and I'm now thinking I might try guns for a while. We'll see how that works out. I might go back to my regular Wappet, which had been this spiral sword. I'm having a lot of fun with the spiral sword, actually, because it rotates like a drill. But yeah, a lot of shard grinding went on off screen, which is why my level got so stupid high. I now have leveled up the sword, and you've already seen me get sword and intelligence and dagger. Great sword is up to 9. I actually managed to get resist strike, which you get from killing the cute little puppers, to rank 9, grade 9. And that wasn't cheap to get the materials to get it up to rank 9, but it's one of the ones where you can get it up to rank 9 this early. And that's why you see I now have passive shard shortcut and passive shard resist strike, because if you get your rank on these passives up to 9, they become things that you can have on. You don't have to have it equipped. You can get the effect in the background as a passive shard, but I'm under the impression from what I've read in wikis, it's only about half effective that way. So we had, like, if I were to put resist strike on any attack the enemy had called strike, I have a really good chance of dodging it. Now, there's some chance I'll just get I forget what appears on screen, but something appears on screen like blocked. Yeah, sometimes enemies will just hit me with a strike attack and it just won't do anything. I came across the resist thunder and resist light guys. The resist light guys were interesting when I was grinding against those big oxen looking enemies. If you stand on their backs or just avoid attacking them for a while. If you avoid attacking them for a while, they usually charge at you. But if you stand on their backs, they start doing this thing where they come up on their hind legs and then slam their forepaws, hooves back down, and summon the light enemies. So I don't know if we saw that on screen, actually. So real quick, yeah, light elementals. These like floaty crystal dudes that are powered with light appear. I shouldn't say they're dudes, but it does have a rather phallic shape and rotating balls. So those will, it'll summon those, and I got to a point where I'd let it like summon 4 at a time and then kill them to try to get their shards to drop. So that's a thing. What else before we start in? Bloodbringers, level 9, rank 7. I think I'll switch to my Caraboss in case I enter new zones. But Bloodbringer does more damage. It's also at a higher rank. Caraboss might do more damage at a higher rank. But, oh, I got Bunny Morphosis, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I can look like a bunny now. I guess that's good. Cost magics, so doesn't really seem to do anything except... Oh, you know what? That's going to drive me nuts. Using ammo to get crystals, that'll bother me. But I'm not going to switch back and forth, so... Oh.
It's good to see you. What are we transmuting this time?
See you. Even though it's one of the pictures on the little prepare, you've got what look like fish or chicken fingers. There's like a pie. There's some pie, and then there's curried rice right there.
Pace yourself out there.
We don't have the recipe yet somehow, so that's annoying. because that's the thing that the old lady wants next for her quest. But I wasn't quite done with the shards. Sacred Shade I got from... there's that weird floating lady. I guess I'll showcase her again because I found out, reading about her, that she will actually just cast boons on you if you don't attack her. But I never really noticed that because she just appears on screen as an enemy, I thought, and I attacked her. But she has a... I don't think I'll bother to grind it up, but it could be potentially interesting. It costs 30 MP per second, but you can boost your stats for boss fights or whatnot. Beast Guardian we got from the Wolfman. Not going to bother to grind it up either, but it's another one. Damn, it costs you MP by the second, but you can summon this force that appears like in front of you. How am I doing this? That's not what I meant. Yeah. And I guess it's a wolf face. Looks kind of like a... Doesn't really look like a wolf there to me. It looked like some kind of pig snort face, but pig snort? But anyway, you can summon a Beast Guardian. Then you got Craftwork. I've had Bunny Morphosis, but I'm not using any of them. I think I'll stick with Craftwork just because it might pop up again as the thing we need. Yeah, Firearm Expertise. Alchemic Bounty is kind of interesting. If you remember to equip it, which is important, as I found out off screen, you occasionally get bonus items when making stuff through alchemy. If you get that up to rank 9, grade 9, it's really expensive to rank up, but the point is, the grade seems to mean that, like, now I'll occasionally get 3 of an item instead of 1 or 4 of an item. I think that's what grade affects. Rank affects is how often it happens, because it doesn't happen often, even at high levels, but it happens often enough at rank 9 that you can use it for things like break down an item that has gold as one of its ingredients, then remake that item using alchemy, and, you know, if you save scum, you'll get 4 for 1, and then the only thing you're consuming is the alkalest, which you need every time you break down an item, which you can buy, and it's expensive, but if you're getting 3 golds, if you're getting like 4 golds for the 1 gold you put in, and gold not as the game currency, but as the alchemical ingredient, which sells for a lot of money, you'll come out way ahead. You can break the game's economy that way. It's going to be weird to like think I'm using ammo every time I shoot one of those, though.
Have you learned anything new? Here's what I've turned up on the monsters.
So I'm looking for Shield Outsiders, Assassins, and Iga. Schnemlu. Iga, I think, is a boss from a DLC area, actually. I was trying to figure out how come I haven't encountered this thing yet. I've had that quest all along. It's a DLC thing, so it popped up as a quest immediately, but it's going to be later on that we can do it.
These things take time to grow.
Harry really is taking the destruction of the village in stride. But, yeah, I picked up some more stuff from Harry off screen.
William. Getting by.
Hound Vest. Release the Hound Vest. That's Wappets. Armor. I feel like I made a Hound Vest. Yeah.
Here's what you asked for. This is it. That's
This
one
is
more
it.
villager we can lay to rest.
We got a cowboy hat, which we already had.
This is the keepsake I'm looking for.
I feel like I bought the cowboy hat or created it, which was kind of a waste. Flame Circlet? I don't think we already have that. Pleased to meet you. Thank you. We can take a look. Especially because with the... I don't know if it would count as a hat or an accessory. With the accessory, I'm coming across all sorts of things and then immediately just setting them aside. What's that Traveler's thing? Okay, it's not steps, it's map completion, because I've got a lot of steps just from walking back and forth grinding. The old lady wanted something we don't have.
Take this.
And yeah, my main thing, though, is I've done a bunch of grinding. There was more grinding I could have done. I finally made myself stop when I got the passives I was interested in that area. There's a lightning elemental I found. I haven't bothered to grind up for lightning. resistance. There might come a point later in the game where I do that. I like having all the passives. I do. I like having all of the background passive shrine resistances. Shrine? What am I talking about? As long as I get them both on one shot, it's okay, I guess. Almost feeling overpowered with this. How much of this ammo have I got? 49. And for some reason, you couldn't get over about 60. 55 or 60 seem to be the cap. Infinite rounds. I wonder how effective they are. Well, against those little weak enemies, 2 of them will do it. So I could go around with infinite rounds until I get to like a boss or something and then switch to AP. It just feels weird in a game where I'm always worried about resources to be using gun ammo when it takes resources, but... Why you?
Take this.
You got some hemp. That's cool. Take this, you candles! I haven't gotten his crystal drop yet. I don't recall it being anything super... Oh, let me show you, though.
Take this.
Well, it was summoning one when my fairy killed it, so... She saved you from having to see the thing I wanted to show you. But, it was doing its little thing that would have summoned one.
You.
I was already thinking I might switch back to my sword and just bring this, bring the guns out later for a boss fight or something where it would be really advantageous to stay away. So I had to go to the walkthrough because I was a little confused about, well, what haven't I done? Because I was at the point where I didn't know where else to go, where to go next, and there's a thing that we could have been doing with our current movement tech in the. God, what's the name of the Machine X Machina zone, whatever it is, and that I had somehow come across and been like, oh, I think we need a higher movement tech, and then turns out, oh no, we can do it now. You guys, the little insecty guys, might be really poor enemies to use this gun against, because the wide arc of the sword helps a lot with getting to where I need to be to deal damage. Actually, do I have unfinished business this way? Because I found a life max or something similar and decided not to get it while off screening, and I would just come back for it. It's over this way. Take this, take this, take this, take this. Suck it, Uncle JG. Sorry. My niece telling me, not using the name JG, but I've told the story in other series about how she gave me cotton candy and she was so excited to see me eating cotton candy, she started yelling, "Suck it, Uncle," and then my actual name. Which, that was funny. Because she was yelling it like repeatedly. Her mom was laughing her ass off. "Suck it, Uncle JG. Suck it! Suck it!" So I'm telling these guys, take this! Suck it! 2 teardrops in a bucket. They did not poison me. I'm surprised. Usually that attack hits, I get poisoned, which is not really the end of the world in this game. It goes away by itself after a while. Alright. HP max. HP max. It's about as close as this game has to heart max. I guess if your magic... Your magic maximum MPs went up, that would be hearts max for this game, more or less. But I don't remember what the game actually calls it when you get that power up. If it's, I think it just is MP max. Ooh. Come on, drop a crystal. I'm pretty sure we don't care about yours. It's probably going to be like just another attack, which... Oh. I either missed you when I was off screening a couple hours ago, or you regenerated, but either way. And that would have been game over in an old-school Castlevania game. I just got underneath this thing, and it crushed me against the Okay, well, apparently there's a werewolf stomping around on the other side of this zone.
Take this!
That happens occasionally. It drops money, but it's right next to the wall, and you can't retrieve it. It's weird. Seems to be peculiar to this zone, which has the weird, like, quasi 3D scrolling effects. It's like 2.5D, I guess. The rest of the game is pretty much 2D. Anyway, we can't complete this zone yet. This zone has its own boss. We can't get to where we need to get. Oh, and that's actually one of the few enemies that I also need to... I don't have a single crystal for this. I don't know what its attack is. It is a recolor of an enemy who gave us one of the more useful early game attack crystals. And this is actually the mechanical, whatever it's called. This is the movement tech that we could use in the next zone. And I just didn't quite cotton on to where it was we needed to use it. These guys also have a very useful crystal. It's kind of an active defense crystal, makes a shield around you. And it's actually the one... I read a little bit about the next boss, just confirming that we were getting to a new boss, and IGN recommends using their crystal, the Poltergeist Crystal, which I don't know if I've ever showed it off. I went ahead and leveled it up because I remembered using it quite a bit.
Arise, myself and my shadow!
So see, it's pretty neat. It gives you this sort of barrier. It takes some damage for you when enemies run into it. Doesn't follow you from screen to screen, and I was using something else. The Wailing Banshee attack was pretty good. But progress lies this way. Not this way, not in this couch, but in the next room over. Excuse me. Had way too big of a lunch today. I ordered Italian from DoorDash, and it's weird. DoorDash has like different categories: Indian, Chinese, fast food. They didn't have Italian, but found an Italian restaurant. Ordered a bolognese, and I was going to order like the meatball side dish. I accidentally ordered a bolognese entree and a spaghetti and meatballs entree, so I had 2 entrees. So I was like, well, I mean, I could put one of them in the fridge right now and heat it up later. I don't know if it'll be very good heated up. And then I was like, well, I'll eat half of the spaghetti and meatball and eat half of the bolognese. I ate half of the spaghetti and meatball and then all the bolognese. And then I was like, oh, I got half a spaghetti and meatball. See, this one, I keep not being able to get the money. So then I ended up eating like 2 entrees for lunch. It was crazy. Like, just kind of gradually worked through them both. Didn't intend to. They were both really good. I might never be hungry again, folks, but I'm also already thinking about ordering back from that place. But if I seem a little loogy, that would be why. So these things, this is the key to the zone. Well, let me show off something before we come back here. I thought we'd gotten to the edge of where we could get here. But then check out this. Well, no, my fairy. Don't attack it, fairy.
Gotcha. Blessings.
See, she does this blessing deal. And I think she only finished because she'd already started the motion when my fairy attacked. Because if you or your familiars attack, you don't get it. You see, this, I just kind of missed. And this lets out the little monkey creature, which is silly. And this is where you need not a gun. I guess I hadn't fought one of those before. So I think I'm officially going to pull the sword back out. Because unless I'm willing to use the expensive ammunition, which just makes me annoyed. I just get annoyed if I waste it on like candles and stuff. But now, of course, I also realize I got to figure out what crystal these guys drop, because apparently they are a reskin of those prior monkeys. Oh, this isn't really going to work, is it? the next boss will unshockingly give... Ooh, that's a nice chest. I need to remember. Well, it probably gives a different random thing each time. But that was a nice chest. I need more of all of those for various recipes that I'm looking to eventually pursue. Yeah, it's nice to know where I'm supposed to be going. I really had reached a point where I was not sure how to proceed. And I'm not ashamed of myself for checking IGN, but at the same time, I would have figured this out eventually. It's just nice to not have to worry about it too much. And this is an interesting one because she's sitting at an angle looking at who is presumably one of the bigger backers. And we have a different... Yeah. We get a crow mask. We'll eventually get a Tom Servo helmet, but for now we have a crow mask. Would that be on the head? Or would that be an accessory? Mask designed to resemble a crow. It doesn't look like it's doing anything great for my stats. So we'll leave it for now. Yeah, you can sit and admire this guy's picture, so presumably he's a fairly important backer. I don't know why I want to check each chair, but there's a chair. There's eventually an enemy that you can only fight if you sit in a chair for a while. That kind of summons it, but that's a ways away, and it's in a fairly conspicuous place. Once I fought, because I realized there was one enemy at the end of the game I'd never fought. We've seen some of these portraits before. I could be skipping this guy, but oh, for fuck's sake! Stop inching in towards me when I'm trying to wind up a swing. But yeah, that particular enemy drops the gun expertise crystal. So at one point I was coming to the same room with just one of those and a bunch of enemies over and over, and trying not to kill any of the other enemies because I already had their crystals and didn't need to get the extra experience. Okay, well that will drop me back down to a place we've already been, so I don't actually want to go there. These would have a new crystal. And I feel like I might have been grinding against them in a previous life, so this might be my next thing I'll have to grind up. See what it gives me. Familiar Dandelion. Oh, it's a new familiar. I may or may not be bothered. Like, I'm enjoying the Caraboose is nice for Caraboose is nice because it reveals hidden zones occasionally, and the Bloody Sword makes really fun noises. Okay, leave this thing alone. I want to see.
Blessings.
See, she likes us. And then she goes away. So I don't know how long this lasts, but I think my stats are boosted. And they left when I left the screen, which seems less than useful. But there's a boss door. Half a year has passed since I began my studies of demonology, and I haven't been able... Half a year has passed since I began my studies of demonology, and haven't been able to conjure more than a fart thus far. My old friend insists he has seen the Liber Logorath summon a friendly spirit, that I need only invert the right, and yet try as I may, scour the library as I may, I have not to show for my efforts. I cannot count how many permutations of the right I have attempted. My methods are correct. Is it my materials that fail me? What is missing? Human sacrifice? No, I must try more catalysts. The crystal I discovered continues to grow ever so slowly. Watching it has become my sole joy. So whoever this mysterious figure is trying to summon friendly spirits, they have clearly disguised their voice to sound like the Shockmaster, a.k.a. Possibly the Black Scorpion. Well, it's a little early, but we're right against the boss room, so maybe I'll poke around a little bit more, see what our limits are up in this direction before fighting that boss. I think I have an inkling that up here somewhere we're probably going to... Well, I can't get through here. But somewhere around here we'll probably find a teleport zone, because it's been a while since we've gotten one. Yep. Okay. Not a particularly risky call to make, but... Well, we have another friendly friend to talk to here. Does not seem to be a hostile demon. So we'll have two little things to look forward to next time, folks. A boss battle. And before we do that, I guess we'll check and see what this fellow's deal is, because he's got friendly man music. Seems like he's going to be, I don't know, we've already got a guy who can change our haircut, which also somehow includes changing our ethnicity and our outfits. When I went back, I kind of played around with like customizing what the character looked like before deciding I wanted to just, stick with the default design, but who knows what this rather gentlemanly looking vampire could offer us? We'll find out next time, folks. See you then.